Zach, catch!
Back to you, Ryan.
Wow, that was such a hard throw. Here, try to catch this.
Oh, I got it. It was a close one, but I got it.
Wow. Catch is so much fun.
Man, I love COVID catch.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Lab Online. I am Ryan.
And I'm Zach. Welcome back. We are so happy to have you here. So, we have been talking about Block Party.
We have. It is super, super awesome. Talking all about friendship, which means using your words and actions to show others that you care.
Wow. And you know what, Ryan?
Yeah.
There is a verse that goes along with that.
No
in the
way,
Bible,
really?
In this book right here.
What?
So, it was stated by this man named King Solomon.
Yeah.
King Solomon.
Uh-huh.
And he said, a friend loves at all times. They are there to help when trouble comes. And that's in Proverbs 17:17.
What a wise man.
Very wise man.
Very, very wise. But here's what we got going on today. We're going to kick things off with Flashback Friday, but it's not actually Friday. It's whatever day you're watching this on, but you get the point. And then we're going to go into our main event, followed by Live It Out with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mister is going to be making a very special appearance. It's going to be so much fun. So much. But then it's your favorite. You know, you've been asking for it. In the comments, there is no comments, but we know that you would be typing, where's the worship team? Guess what? They're going to close the day off. It's going to be awesome. But without further ado, Zach. Let's go to Flashback Friday. But it's not actually Friday. It's whatever day you're watching this on, and you get the point.
All right, let's do that. Here we go.
Welcome to Flashback. I'm not going to say the rest. You understand the point. Zach, who is flashing back?
Well, I guess I'll flash back. I can flash back. So, what we're going to do, I'm gonna take us back. When I was gonna go hang out with a friend after school. Are you ready?
Hey friends, did you see my good pal Zachy? I've just been waiting for Zach after school because he said that we're gonna be hanging out together, and I'm just super excited, but he is a little bit late. Where is he? Zach! Are you under here?
Hey, Jeff, whoa.
Oh,
Hey.
Hi, Zach!
Hey, how's it going?
I'm just doing really well, other than the fact that I said to meet me here at 4:17 and 47 seconds, and you are now here at 4:17 and 17 seconds. You are 30 seconds late!
I'm sorry, Joffrey. I'm sorry. I thought you said that. Oh man.
Zachy, it's okay though. I just
It is?
want to hang out with you,
Aw.
and I just want to be friends, and I have not really many friends, and you seem like a cool guy, and I want to hang out. So, do you want to play a staring contest?
A staring contest? I've never won a staring contest before.
They say I'm the best staring contest champion.
Okay, let's do this. I'm ready. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go! So hard. It's a blink.
I blinked.
I think I won there. I think that's my first time I ever won a staring contest.
Zach, you know what's cool? I'm also really good at talking without moving my mouth. Like, look. Hi, Zach. Hi. Look at me. I'm not even moving my mouth, and I'm really good at talking.
How did you do that?
But they say I should move my mouth, so I do it. Hey, Zach.
Yes, Joffrey.
Do you want to play another game?
Sure, I love games. Games are awesome.
They're so much fun.
Very fun.
So this game, it's called shoe tapping.
Shoe tapping?
Shoe tapping. So it's really easy. All you need to do is tap each other's shoes. Also, can we just talk about the fact and I just put my hat on without touching it. It was super cool, but it's shoe tapping. So all you need to do is tap my shoe for 19 seconds, and if you get more shoe taps than I tap your shoe, then you win and I lose.
Joffrey, I don't know if I really want to touch your
Tap
shoe.
my shoe, tap my shoe. Won't you please tap my shoe?
Joffrey, I don't really want to touch your shoe. It's kind of gross. I don't really know where it's been, man.
What? That was a really interesting flashback you had there. I don't know if Joffrey was a very good friend.
I'm not so sure either, because friendship is supposed to be using your actions to show them that you care, but to be honest, I don't really remember Joffrey ever caring about me or anything. I don't know, what do you think, Ryan?
Hey, Zachy, I'm back!
And what were you saying about me not being a good friend?
After all these years, I can still do the hat trick.
Well, let's head over to the main event while I fix things up with Joffrey.
Are we filming right now? Hi, kids!
Yeah, we need to fix things up, because we're not really the greatest friends.
Wish me luck, guys.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John. Chapter 21, verses 1 through 19.
Peter hauled in the knotted net yet again as the first light of dawn gleamed in the eastern sky.
Empty. Not a single fish all night.
Thomas shook his head.
I doubt we'll catch a thing before it's time to take the boat in.
John studied Peter thoughtfully.
Peter, you didn't really want to catch fish anyway, did you? You just wanted to get out in the boat and do something normal.
Peter shrugged, but he knew John was right. Over the past few weeks and months, everything in his life had turned upside down. First, Peter had shown the courage to speak the truth about his friend Jesus.
You are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God.
Many people wanted to make Jesus king, even though the religious leaders hated him. The day before Jesus was killed, Peter had promised Jesus that he would follow him anywhere, and even give up his life for Jesus. But that very evening, Jesus was arrested. Peter was so scared he told 3 different people he wasn't Jesus' friend.
I don't know that man.
Peter felt sick about what he'd done, especially when Jesus was nailed to the cross and died. But then he returned to life. He appeared to his friends. It was amazing, incredible. Everyone was excited beyond belief. Except Peter must have wondered.
Is Jesus mad at me? Am I still his friend? Does he still love me?
Now Peter found himself in the boat, trying to figure it all out. His fingers tightened on the wet rope as he prepared to cast the net one more time. As he glanced over on the shoreline, he saw a figure standing there.
Friends, don't you have any fish?
Nope, not one.
Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some fish.
The 7 disciples in the boat exchanged glances as Thomas laughed.
I seriously doubt it.
You guys have anything better to do? Let's give it a try.
Together, the men heaved the heavy wet net back into the sea on the other side.
Hey, I think we've got something.
Bring it on in. There's 1 fish.
2 fish,
A red fish. Ugh.
a blue fish, and another one, and another 10. Whoa, need some help here.
The net was so full of fish, they couldn't haul it into the boat. They began towing it to shore. John gaped at the man still standing on the beach.
It's the Lord.
Excitement raced through Peter's veins. He was about to see Jesus again. But just as quickly, guilt gnawed at his stomach. Facing Jesus meant he had to face how he denied knowing Jesus.
But it's Jesus. I've got to see him no matter what.
Grabbing his coat, Peter jumped out of the boat and into the water. He half ran and half waded to the beach when he discovered that Jesus started a small bonfire. Fish and bread were already toasting over the flames.
He's God's son and he's making breakfast for us.
Jesus smiled at Peter.
Bring some of the fish you have just caught.
Yes, Lord.
Peter ran back to the lapping water to help his friends haul their fish to shore.
153.
You counted?
Don't doubt it.
Jesus gestured to the disciples to join him around the fire.
Come and have breakfast.
As the disciples gathered, Jesus offered them bread to eat. John whispered to Peter.
This is what he did when we last ate together at the Passover meal.
When breakfast finished, the disciples rose to take care of their fish. Peter found himself walking beside Jesus. There were so many things he wanted to say, but he couldn't find the words.
Simon Peter, do you really love me more than these others do?
Peter swallowed hard. Surely Jesus knew what he felt.
Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.
Feed my lambs.
Peter remembered how Jesus would compare people to sheep in his stories.
Peter, do you really love me?
Lord, you know that I love you.
Take care of my sheep.
Sheep? People. Peter waited in his mind. Jesus must be telling Peter to take care of the people who had followed him.
Peter, do you love me?
Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.
Feed my sheep.
Just as Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times, he now confirmed 3 times that he loved Jesus. What's more, Jesus wanted Peter to go out and share that love with others.
He's forgiven me, even after what I did.
Peter, things are going to get even more difficult for you. You are going to be led places you do not want to go.
Peter slowly nodded his head. He was willing to do anything Jesus asked of him.
Follow me.
Yes, Lord, I will.
Because Jesus had forgiven him, Peter was now free to share the love of God with those around him, without carrying around a heavy load of guilt.
Zach, I have something I want to say.
Okay.
I realized that in the flashback that you gave the children, I wasn't the greatest of friends. And I want to do better. And I'm really sorry. Can you forgive me?
You know what, Joffrey? Friends do forgive one another. So I'll forgive you. I will forgive you.
Thanks, Zach.
Of course.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Well, I have a lot of other friends to go and ask forgiveness for. So I'll see you all later.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Joffrey.
Bye.
Well, while Joffrey goes and figures out whatever he's gonna figure out, we learned about how Jesus forgave Peter, and let's learn how to live that up.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's Live It Out. We're so glad that you're here joining us because today we're talking about friendship and forgiveness. Friendship and forgiveness, they go together like peanut butter and jelly, like rock, paper, and scissors, like Superman and Batman, like Zoom and kind of all of us right now. Forgiveness and friendship are vital and they need to go together because we're humans. We make mistakes and our friends are gonna make mistakes when we have fun with them. Every so often, there's gonna be a time where your friend makes a mistake. Like they play a little bit too rough with you and they end up hurting you. Or you're speaking with your friend and they say something really, really mean. Those times happen and we have to learn how to forgive one another because that's what healthy friendship is. Now think about what happens when we don't forgive. It's like our heart is holding on to this big weight. This weight that just sits in our chest and kind of actually like this. This is what it looks like when we don't forgive others. When we try and do things on our own. It's this big, heavy weight that hurts and tires us out. Because guess what? When we don't forgive, it hurts us. But here's this huge, massive news. Jesus forgave us first. We couldn't be with God because of the mistakes that we make. Those times that we aren't the best friends to the people around us, that we don't act as nice as we want to. Those mistakes keep us from God. But Jesus, he forgave us first. He saw those mistakes and he said, you know what? I forgive you.
Those things can't separate you from me. I love you too much to let this separate us. And so he forgave us and he let us come close to him. And though now we get to be with God forever and ever. So boys and girls, that's our prayer for you. That you would learn how to be really, really good friends. That we wouldn't hold on to unforgiveness like a heavy weight. But we would say, God, it's yours. You love me so much that you put aside this weight. You came to be with us. And so I'll do the same. I'll put down my heavy weight and I'll be with my friend. So would you join me in praying today? God, thank you so much for this incredible time of understanding about forgiveness. Learning that you forgave us first, and that forgiveness is vital to friendship. That if we want to be good friends, we have to learn this. There's going to be times where somebody makes a mistake, where they hurt us. And God, I ask that you would help each and every one of these boys and girls to forgive their friends, even if they don't ask for it. Because forgiveness isn't on them, it's on us to say, I'm going to let go of this weight and put it down so I can love you better. And everybody, as you're praying, if there's some of you that you heard that story of Jesus, how he forgives others and he wants us to be with God forever and ever, just pray this along with me. God, I love you. God, I'm sorry for the mistakes that I make, for those times that I speak wrong or I do the wrong thing, even though I don't want to. I'm sorry that the sin, that these mistakes keep me from you. Jesus, would you help me to see you and to know that you have forgiven me, that you died on the cross for my sins and now I am made clean in your sight. God, I love you and I want to follow you and I want you to be my best friend, that you would live inside of my heart so that I can have life forever with you. God, thank you so much for this incredible day and these incredible kids. We love you and we thank you. Amen. If you prayed that prayer about forgiveness and accepting Jesus into your heart, we ask that you tell an adult around you, whether that's a parent or a sibling or an uncle or an aunt or a grandma or grandpa, whoever it is, tell somebody, because that is a huge, huge decision. We would love if you did that. Thank you so much for joining us as we learned a little bit more about friendship today, and we'll see you all next time.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Mister. That was a great live it out.
Zach! I'm back!
Ryan, where were you?
Oh, well, you know, places. What did I miss?
Well, while you were gone, we talked about how Jesus forgave Peter, like how friends should forgive one another.
Whoa! What? Really?
Really?
That's one of my favorite stories in the Bible, because get this, Jesus made sure that Peter knew that he would always be good friends with him. And Jesus didn't let a simple mistake that Peter made get in the way of their friendship. And because Jesus forgave Peter, Peter went on to become one of the biggest and best leaders in the early church.
Wow.
It was amazing. But get this, Zach, it is so important for friends to forgive one another. Because friends mess up, friends make mistakes, and sometimes they hurt our feelings.
That is true.
And if we don't forgive one another, then we're gonna be holding on to that hurt for a very, very long time, and that's no fun. Like, I can only imagine what Joffrey went through. And I can only imagine what you went through because of Joffrey. Yeah.
That is...
But it was so important that you forgave him.
It's very important. And you know what? I feel good.
That is so
Okay.
good. That's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is so important because it makes everybody feel good.
It makes everyone feel great.
It's awesome.
It's fantastic.
So forgive others.
Forgive.
Because that's our bottom line today. Friends, forgive one another.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to check out the link in the description for the Devos. And to close it off, let's end it off with the worship team. So worship team, take it away.
Your your love. I stand in awe of everything you've